Okay, so that was creating the alert dialog and include it into your functions or methods or in your activity. So this is okay, but the problem with doing this, every time that you want to create an alert and a dialog, you'll have to do the same thing. So instead of doing this and copying it and pasting it in every class, maybe I can make it a little bit more object-oriented and create another class. And we're gonna create this class and just call it simply alert. And the alert class will have, you can create the alert, you can just simply call the message that you want, set the basic properties that you want, and then you can just simply call the method and include it in every class that you want. So how do we do this? How do we can create another class and use, instead of repeating this code every time, we can just simply call it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say here, file, new, and I'm going to create a new class. Okay, or you can just right-click. Do you see this? Right-click here, new class, Java class. And then I'm going to call this new Java class alert. My alert, or just an alert. I hope it's not, okay, alert class. So this is the package, com.example.alert one. This is how we include it into your other classes. I'm assuming you know Java, right? So in here, I will create public message, show message. Simple show message class, all right? Method. And then in here, what I'm going to do in this message, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna receive the title. I'm going to receive the text that I want to display. Taban, you can do a lot better than this. You can actually define these as your own attribute and then you can do it. But the point is that we're trying to make it a simple process. So I'm going to say the string, the message. Why am I doing that? String title. And then string message. And then the last thing I need is actually what? The last thing I need is the activity that I want to show. What does that mean, the activity? If you notice, this one, it shows you that for the context, you set the main activity this. So you need an activity as your context. And the activity type is this one, app compact activity. So the third parameter that I'm going to receive is this one here. So I go back to the alert, and then here I can say activity, and I'm going to call this is my context. All right. So I receive three parameters: public, void, show message. I'm going to say the string, the title, the message, and the activity where I'm going to show that message. Now, why do we do this? Let's say your application had many activities and you want to show messages to the user in all these activities. So one way to do that, instead of repeating and copying the code, you just simply say, include this class in your code, and you say, simply show the message, all right? So what I'm going to do is that the example that we did before here, the steps that we did here, I'm gonna copy it, and then paste it in here. Did I do copy? Yeah, copy, and then paste it in here. We copying this. and then do it in here. All right, so this is going to be a simple activity, meaning what? It means that I am going to just to show a message, simple message, just to show a message with a message, all right? Simple message. So the context here that we're going to receive is the context that we're going to use, is the context that I'm going to receive from the calling activity. So the calling activity is going to pass me the context, so I will use the context here. For the alert and the title is going to be sent to me as well. So I'm going to say the title is from the parameters that I received here. And the message, again, I will use the message that I have that is being sent to me, right? And since this is going to be just a simple message, this message is going to say, I'm going to make it true. That means they can click anywhere and the dialogue will disappear, all right? Now, for the positive button, you can have a positive button here if you want, but we're not going to finish the application. We're just going to simply cancel the dialogue. Now, I'm going quickly through this because we've done that in the previous example. And this negative button, we don't need anymore. So this dialogue, this function, this method, whatever you want to call it, will create the dialogue for me, the builder for me, set the attribute based on what I've received, and then we'll do what? We'll create an action button, and the action button, all it does, it cancels the dialogue, create the actual dialogue, and show it. That way, I don't have to repeat it in every class that I want to. Like I want to use it, the alert dialogue. Now, if we go to the main activity, in the onCreate function, I wanted to display, I want to use that message, that example that I just did, and do what? And actually call that show message in here. So how do I do this? So I need to import the class itself. I don't think you can. Okay, let me try that because it's in the same package. So we want to create the class, which is called alert. So alert, yeah. Because it's in the same package, I don't need to import it. Okay, so it says alert, and I'm gonna call it my alert, small alert, equal what? Equal new alert, all right? So that is done at the class level. So I've created the alert. Now I can use this class anywhere in my activities or in any functions I want. So if I want to display a message for the user that when it first appears, what I can do, when I can say alert, the object that I've created here, dot show message. And then what do I need to pass? I need to pass the title. Right now, for example, good morning, greetings, okay? And then what do you need to pass? The next thing you need to pass is the message. And then the message says, good morning. Welcome to my app. And then the last one is going to be the context, which is main activity dot this. So now, instead of doing all of this, I just simply call that alert class with that message, and it will show me it shows me the activity that the message that I want. Now let's go ahead and run it again, see what happens. If we go to this, the first thing appears is greeting, welcome to my app. And it used the alert class that we've created. Now, because I put cancelable equal true, so I can click on the yes and I will cancel that dialog, or I can click on the screen here and it will cancel the dialog. Is that clear? Do you see the value of this? Let me pause recording for a minute. So now we've done this part, and I want to show you how we can use this in validation. All right. So I'm going to go to the main activity XML, and I'm going to the designer, and I'm going to add two fields. Two fields, one integer, one integer, and one text. Validate those, and then if when we click on submit, something to submit, we validate, make sure that it is validated, and then display the appropriate message. All right. I'm going to pause recording for a minute, and then we'll do it, and I'll show you after we do the design, and then we'll come back and do we'll do this. All right. So let's pause it for a minute. All right.
Yes,